Good morning, my dear students. I hope you all are fit and fine. So today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter number 8, introducing Python. Please open your computer book and open page number 98, and we will be starting with the chapter introducing Python. Introducing Python on page 98. Have you ever tried making pasta on your own? The figure 8.1 shows a recipe to make tomato pasta. Please refer to your book. It solves the problem of how to make tomato pasta. The recipe is a set of instructions on what to do, how to do and when to do it, right? The set of instruction uses ingredients, that is input, to make the tomato pasta, that is output. Adding all the required ingredients to the recipe is input, right? Simmering the ingredients is processing, and the product that you get after processing is output, which is our pasta in our case. Likewise, the computer also works in 3 stages. To get the work done on a computer, you enter the raw data, input. A computer operates on the data, that is processing, and the desired result is obtained, that is output, right? To get the desired output from the computer, we key in instructions to the computer using different programming languages. There are some specific computer languages which are used to write programs. Some of the popular examples of programming languages are Python, C, C++, Lisp, Pascal, Java, PHP, etc. Modern computers follow the generalized set of operations called programs. In simple words, a program is a sequence of instructions that specifies how to perform a computation. These programs help a computer to perform wide range of tasks. In this chapter, we will learn the basics of Python programming language, which is one of the most powerful high-level programming languages, right? Introducing Python on page 99. Python is a simple programming language used to write codes for the computer programs. Python was created by Guido van Rossum when he was working at CWI, Centrum Wiskunde and Informatica, which is a national research institute for mathematics and computer science in Netherlands. The language was released in 1991. Python is a high-level programming language. Some of the features which make Python so popular are as follows. It is an easy-to-learn general-purpose programming language. It is a platform-independent programming language, which means it can be used on any machine and in any operating system. It has a simple syntax. Python is a case-sensitive language. It is an interpreted language. It is free to use and even free for commercial products. Let's know more. Syntax refers to the grammatical rules to be followed while writing a program in any language. Applications or uses of Python programming. Python is a popular and easy to learn language. It can be used to build a website, develop a game, perform scientific computations, develop artificial intelligence applications, program robots. Let's recall. A high-level language is a computer language that uses alphabets, numbers and special symbols for coding. It is a user-friendly and interactive type of language. For example, C++, Python, Java, etc. Installing Python on page 99. Python can be easily installed on your computer by following the given steps. Number 1, obtain a Python distribution. You can download Python distributes from www.python.org/download. For this chapter, we have used Python 3.7.4. Second, Python installation process. After downloading the Python distribution, all you need to do is to execute it, right? Double-click the downloaded installer software. Click on Install Now in the dialog box. You can see here, and the installation process starts automatically, and keep following the instructions. After you have installed Python, the IDLE screen looks like this. On Windows machines, the Python installation is usually placed in C:/Python 3.7.4 folder, though you can change this when you are running the installer. Let's know more. Python 3.5 or advanced version cannot be used on Windows XP or earlier versions of Windows. Components of Python window on page 100. Just like any other application window, Python window has the following components. Title bar. This is the area that displays the name of the application and the document. It is also contains command buttons like minimize, maximize, restore and close, right? Menu bar. The menu bar consists of various menus with different options. The common menus you will be working with in this chapter are File, Edit, Shell, Debug, Options, Window and Help. Working with File menu on page 100. This menu is used to work with options related to currently used file. It includes sub-options also like opening a new file, opening an existing file, viewing recently used files, saving the files, closing the files and exiting the application. Working with Edit menu. This menu is generally used to edit the file in use. You can cut, copy or paste the selected text. You can also search for a particular text or phrase and even replace it with some other text. Working with Help menu on page 101. To get help related to any topic of Python, press F1 key or click on the Help menu. Script area. This is the area where you type your code. Okay. Status bar. The status bar tells you the current status of your control or cursor on the window. After installing Python, you are ready to work on it. You can work in Python in two ways, in interactive mode and in script mode. This you have to remember. Python programming in interactive mode on page 101. In the interactive mode of Python, the instructions are executed line by line, giving the output. In this mode, the commands are typed next to the Python command prompt. For example, if you type 3 plus 6 next to the Python prompt, it will give you the result as 9. To work in the interactive mode, follow the process given below. Click on Start button, then scroll down to Python 3.7, then go to IDLE Python 3.7. Click on it. It will open the Python shell window where you will see the Python prompt. You can see. Type the following commands next to Python prompt and Python will immediately give the output as shown in your figure 8.9 in your book. So in this way you can type all the commands and you will get the output. Note, interactive mode is beneficial for testing code where you type the commands one at a time and get the result or error immediately, right? Components of Python window, use of interpreter on page 102. In the interactive mode of Python, the commands are executed line by line. When you type a command next to the Python prompt and press the enter key, the interpreter converts the command into machine language. After processing, the interpreter again converts the machine code into human readable form. That is the output you get. Let's know more. PySoy is a 3D game engine that supports Python based games. Using print function on page 102, the print function is used to display the output of any command on the screen. This you have to remember. It can also be used to print the specified message. For example, please see the example. I am typing print hello world will display hello world output. Python is a case sensitive programming language. This you have to remember. It means that Python differentiates between capital and small letters. For example, print p is capital and print p is small are two different things for Python, where print is valid command in Python while print is just a word and not a command. We can also pass more than one argument to the print function. In such a case, the arguments are separated by commas as shown in your figure 8.11. Using IDLE as calculator, please see page 103. To evaluate arithmetic expression, it is not necessary to use the print function, right? If you type an arithmetic expression at the Python prompt and press the enter key, the interpreter automatically evaluates it and shows the result. In this case, the interpreter acts as a simple calculator. The expressions are evaluated using operators like plus, minus, multiply, divide, etc. The basic BODMAS rules are followed for performing calculations. For example, you can see here I am typing the example. Basic arithmetic rules, addition, division, you can do that. Multiplication. Example is available in your book also. Tip. In IDLE, you can press Alt plus P to repeat the previous command. Let's know more. The Python IDLE Integrated Development and Learning Environment, it is the full form of IDLE, executes instructions one line at a time. Variables in Python, page 103. If you need to store some food for future use, what will you require? Well, you will need a container to store the food, right? Similarly, when you are working with the values in Python, you require some storage to hold values for later use. Such storage locations are known as variables. A variable can store only one data value at a time. When a new value is stored in a variable, its previous value gets overwritten. Let's know more. A variable is named memory location that stores the data and whose value may change during the program execution. The assignment operator on page 104. Values are assigned to variables using assignment operator, that is equal to. For example, the statement x is equal to 25 assigns the value 25 to the variable x. Observe the following codes to understand the use of assignment operators. A is equal to 10. The value 10 is assigned to the variable A. B is equal to 20. The value 20 is assigned to variable B, yes. C is equal to A plus B. Now, the numbers are added and the value is assigned to the variable C. That is 30 is assigned to variable C. A is equal to C minus 10. Value 20, 30 minus 10 is equal to 20, right, is assigned to the variable A. So, now the value of variable A is 20, not 10. Rules to write variable names. There are certain rules in Python which you have to follow to write variable names, right? The rules for valid identifier or variable names are: a variable name must start with alphabet, capital or small, or an underscore. A variable name can consist of alphabets, digits and underscore. No other character is allowed. A Python keyword cannot be used as a variable name. Let's know more. A keyword is a word that conveys a special meaning to the compiler. Note, a variable name can be of any length. Variable names are case sensitive. Example, age and small age are different variables. Examples of some valid variables on page 104. Class, emp code, total salary, min value, balance fee, age 1980, A45R. Following are examples of some invalid variables. You can see the box on page 104. Employee code. Space is not allowed in variable name. You can see the reason. 10 code. Variable name cannot start with a digit. A, B, C limited. Dot is not allowed in variable name. Then ABC @ limited. Special character are not allowed in variable names. Else. Else is a keyword in Python, so it cannot be used as a variable name. Note, if a variable is being used without assigning a value, that is, if the variable is not defined, it gives an error. The above code gives an error because the variable x is used in the print function without being defined, right? Let's know more. A compiler is a language processor that converts a program written in high-level language into machine language and vice versa, just like an interpreter, but in one single step.